name is Shannon, and I am the owner and founder of the Happy Bean. We are an online store that sells 12-ounce bags of coffee. Right now, we offer 12-ounce whole beans and 12-ounce grounds. The cool thing about the Happy Bean is 15% of the profits go to NAMI. So NAMI is a nonprofit that helps people with mental health issues, so such as depression, anxiety, bipolar, all those mental health issues that people deal with from a day-to-day basis. And I'm really passionate about this, so I want my company to grow as big as possible so that eventually I can either partner with NAMI myself and help create programs to help those in need, or start my own nonprofit where I can find solutions and new medications to better help those that are struggling every single day. So yeah, I hope that you visit the website. It's www.thehappybeancoffeeshop.com, and follow us on Instagram. Bye.
So what made you want to start the Happy Bean?
Okay, so the reason I wanted to start the Happy Bean is I was a barista when I was 16 years old, and I not only fell in love with coffee, but the main thing that I fell in love with was that someone could come through my stand every single day, and they'd be tired or worn out from their work week, and they see me, I'd have their coffee ready, and like a light would go off in them. Like they would just be so happy, and I loved that a simple thing like a cup of coffee could make someone so happy. And since then, I've had a lot of life experiences that have, I've gone through some trauma in my life, and I've had, personal struggles with my mental health. And so I wanted to tie my two passions together, my passion for coffee and making people happy, and then my passion for helping those that struggle with mental health issues, such as depression, anxiety, and all those things that actually a lot of us struggle with on a day-to-day basis. So that's my goal with this, is I want it to turn to more than just coffee. Like, of course, everybody loves coffee. That's amazing. But I want us to build a community where we're more open about talking about our struggles, because even in the military, for example, there are so many people that are committing suicide. A lot that have seen combat, and there's a lot that haven't. And within the military culture, it's not very often talked about your mental health. So I personally feel like that's a big tie. Like the lack of talking about all the things that we struggle with on a day-to-day basis, and being open and real with each other, calling each other out when like we need to be called out, and like pushing each other to do better, and like being open about what our struggles are and not trying to hide and like pretend to be people we're not. I feel like that will honestly make a big difference, and so that's what the Happy Bean's about. It's not just about coffee. It's about happiness in a cup, and I know it sounds cheesy, but that's what I want. I want you to drink this coffee and be happy knowing that you're making a difference.
So you brought up the fact that you want to build a community, and it seems like you have a lot of goals. So it brings me to my next question. So what are your long-term goals for the Happy Bean?
Okay, so the Happy Team Beans long-term goals is basically when I get out of the military, I'm going to be starting a coffee truck. So I'm going to be moving to Texas, most likely Austin, Texas, and I'm going to be traveling around the Austin area in my coffee bean truck. What I'm going to do is set up a little station for people to write their stories while they're waiting in line, or just their thoughts, like things they're struggling with that day, thing they're grateful for that day, and just have them write it down, submit it in, and on the bottom they can write, I would like this story to be shared, or I would like this story to be read or kept private. So even just little things like that, I'm so excited for the Happy Bean, because it will get people to feel more open about like even writing their thoughts down while they're standing in line waiting for their Happy Bean coffee. And as far as right now, we are hopefully getting our coffee bags into grocery stores called Bilo. They're based in the East Coast, so be looking forward to that. I'll keep everybody updated for that news on the website. So the website is www.thehappybeancoffeeshop.com.
So going back to this community, what are your plans for this community you were talking about?
So as far as while I'm here, being as an active duty member in the Marine Corps in Jacksonville, North Carolina, I plan on doing a little video. Basically, I'll be sharing my story. Um, I'm going to be as open as I possibly can and vulnerable. It's going to be tough to share that story publicly, but I will, because that's like the main goal for this, is to get people more open. So I'm going to be open myself, and then I'm going to pass on the equipment to people that I select to share their stories, and then we will basically create a whole video of about 5 to 10 people's stories throughout the United States and put it together for everybody to watch. I do think it's important for people who are going through trauma or their downs in life to see people that have gone through something hard in their life and been able to pull out of it and come out even better on the other end. So that will be the point of this video, is to get people to be inspired basically by people who have been through hardships and didn't let them like get brought down by it. They were actually built up from it.
So we're speaking more on being on active duty. How do you balance doing your own personal business and working and serving at the same time?
So it's been interesting. I'm one of those people, once I get my mindset on something, I'm just all about it. So it's been hard to find a good balance, but I feel like I'm doing the best I can. It's also hard because I do love being in the Marine Corps. But I'm not gonna lie, my real passion is this business. So I've been making sure to force myself to try to stay focused on my first commitment, which is the Marine Corps, and take things as slowly as I can, and then I'm gonna really launch the business when I get out.
Is there something that you could relate with the military, with being a coffee owner business? Like, how can you relate your business with the Marine Corps? Like,
okay, so like the 240 blend, we chose a little the machine gun character, and so it's M240 strong or M240 dark blend. So this has been really popular. Like a lot of my followers are in the Marine Corps, so everybody knows the M240 machine gun, and so they're all stoked about this bean. And that's what I'm kind of trying to do with those bean characters, is get it to be relatable. And the main Happy Bean character is being designed, and that will be for the medium coffee, so that's coming out soon.
So before you ask you about the last question, what are some things you could say about mental issues that you could see in the Marine Corps nowadays, or in the military in general, that are relatable to your cause and what you want to help?
So as far as the Marine Corps, I've noticed that no one really talks about like mental health, like if they're depressed, or if they even like struggle with having like mood disorders, or
because as Marines we're known to be so like killers and just to be strong. That's why I feel.
Yeah, that's definitely it. And so I think that's, everybody's like kind of, I'm not saying pretending, but they're putting on a front and not being like vulnerable and real with themselves. And for some people, if you hold in that long, it does break you, and that's when you do see a high amount of suicides, and it's very sad, especially
that's really common
the
right
military.
now. Okay, so my last question is, why are you so passionate about mental health awareness?
So I personally do struggle with depression, and I do have I'm just a very emotional person, and that's gotten in the way of a lot of my relationships. It's been really hard on my family members and my friends, because I do get overly emotional for things that most people want to get very emotional on, and so I've had to learn to manage my emotions over the years, and with the help of my family, it's been possible, but I know it's one of those things that hasn't really been figured out yet. Like a lot of people with mood disorders, they have no actual cure. They have medications that help manage it. They have techniques that help manage it, but there is no actual cure. And I also have my close family member, I'm not going to say who, but struggles with extreme mental health issues, such as like bipolar and schizophrenia type stuff, and just seeing their hardships with mental health has really made me super passionate about getting help, because there's so many people, like there's so many of us that are struggling every day.
Can you like tell us some examples or some signs you could tell us or teach us about mental health awareness or issues that we can see in our friends, family that you want to share with?
Yes, and that's the thing about mental health is there is no really direct sign. Like it's not like a broken leg where you can tell that leg is broken. They got a cast on. It's an ongoing struggle that people show in different ways. So really, you just have to, as your own individual, be open with yourself and talking to your friends and family about what your struggles are and what your struggles look like, so that they can know you're like when you're feeling those really low times or when you're feeling those really high times, so then they can reach out and help you. So that's like what we really need to work on, is getting people to be more open instead of hiding it. And then when you hide it, that's when you can have really like life or death situations happen, like suicide. All right, well, that's all that we have time for today. I just want to say thank you for listening. We will be doing more videos like this, so stay tuned and enjoy your week. Bye. This is the Happy Bean website. So, just a little bit about the site. Obviously, there's a little bit about the business um, and our partnership with NAMI and how much we donate to NAMI. And then here you can find our feature products. So we have two main products as of now. There will be more products launching shortly, including the main Happy Bean, which will be for the medium blends. But right now we have the 240 dark blend. So this is going to be for people who like really strong coffee. And then we have the strong and happy light blend. So this is going to be an almond aroma with a light body and a little bit of a chocolate finish. This one's my personal favorite. However, this has been the most popular. This is a little bit about NAMI. So NAMI started as a small group, and they started in 1979. Now they're associated with almost 500 local affiliates. Um, and yeah, like you already know, 15% of the Happy Beans proceeds go to NAMI. A little bit of news, like I already mentioned, the Happy Bean main character is done being designed and currently being made into bags. The bag color will be red, so keep an eye out for him. And then that's a little bit about me. I've been I worked as a barista when I started at 16 years old, so I've had a good amount of years within the coffee industry. And this is the Happy Bean Community Board. This is my favorite part about the website. So this is where you can submit your own personal story, your struggles with any mental health issues that you've had that you have overcome, and basically like been able to take going from a low point of your life and turning it into a good outcome. Like you were able to overcome a tragic time and make better from it. And then the reason it says Austin, Texas is that's where the actual coffee truck will be opening when I do start the actual shop. If you want to get a part of the newsletter, just enter your email here, and we do take all forms of payment. All right, thank you.